What's going on, guys? It's JSGC here, and I'm here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer update. While there's content for me to talk about and there's lots of news out there, I'll be distributing videos on a regular basis. So if you want to help support my channel, then make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I'm aiming for 7,000 subscribers at the time of recording this video. We're now less than 600 subscribers away. Thank you to everyone for the continued support. You can find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget also, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and also don't forget, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I just first up wanted to say we did our live stream yesterday with the Manchester City versus Arsenal game. Thank you everyone that did tune in for that. We had 1,700 viewers throughout the whole live stream, which is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed interacting with everyone. Of course, we had a couple of audio difficulties, which I've done a couple of live streams that I've now privated on my channel, testing the audio, and it's all come back all clear. So hopefully the technicalities will be solved ready in time for the next live stream, which I'll be doing for the Manchester City game against Burnley on Monday night for everyone to look forward to. So if you like that type of stuff, then make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. I'll be doing the live event scheduled this weekend sometime, so keep an eye out for that. You'll be able to set your reminder. And thank you, by the way, to Mixid for joining me yesterday on yesterday's live stream. His link in the description below if you want to go and help support his channel. Go and subscribe over there. I also feature in some of his videos if you want to go and check that out. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with this transfer update, and we'll start off with the ins. We've got an update on Houssem Aouar of Lyon. Now, Le Sport in France are reporting that Houssem Aouar will not be joining Paris Saint-Germain this summer, and they have pulled out of the race to sign the €50 million rated midfielder. Apparently now it's a two-horse race. Juventus or Manchester City, both parties still interested. Juventus are the favourites to sign him. Manchester City, though, keeping a close eye on developments. I'll keep you up to date with that every step of the way. So instead, we're going to move on. We've got a new name alert now. We've got Romeo Lavia, I don't know how you say his name, but he plays for Anderlecht. He's 16 years old. He's a defensive midfielder. Apparently, he's one of Anderlecht's brightest prospects. Manchester City want to sign him and bring him in. That's according to HLN, who are sometimes reliable, sometimes not. A good source for information. Normally, though, with sources of information coming from Belgium, of course, City will have a good working relationship with Anderlecht, of course, because Vincent Kompany is currently placed over in Anderlecht, and City have excellent working relationships with Vincent Kompany. I'm hoping one day we'll see Vincent Kompany return to Manchester City, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, we're going to move on. We've got an update on Ismael Bennacer. This is really interesting. DZ Football, I'm not too sure how reliable they are. I don't know too much about them, but they're an Algerian source that report on all things about Algerian football players, but they're reporting that Manchester City have made an opening bid for Bennacer, and apparently that bid's come in at £15 million, which has been rejected by AC Milan. Now, Manchester City believe apparently that they can pick up Bennacer on a cheaper deal due to the pandemic. It's interesting that DZ Football are stating this because apparently Bennacer isn't Manchester City's first choice central midfielder, so I'm going to have to presume that Houssem Aouar is. Juventus are more interested in Aouar than Manchester City at this moment in time, and City have a contingency in Bennacer and are making a bid apparently. So read into that what you will, but I find that extremely interesting from City, and City are just starting to... This is how transfer businesses work. I mean, it takes a long time to get deals sorted. It's not like deadline day where you panic buy and just throw out lots of money at players and desperately try and sign players. Deals take weeks and weeks and weeks. City will identify players, and it would make sense for City to target a contingency to Aouar should we not sign him and he ends up going to Juventus, which at this moment in time is more likely than him joining Manchester City, but only slightly more likely. And so City identifying Bennacer as an option that we could sign instead from AC Milan. I've still not had a chance to watch Bennacer in action. I should probably watch some clips, see how good he is, but obviously people that watch him week in, week out will know a lot more about him and how good he is. I don't know how good he is, so we'll have to wait and see. But I know lots of people have a problem with City signing central midfielders, but as I said on my live stream yesterday, and I'll say it again, City, we've got Rodri, we've got De Bruyne, Gundogan and Phil Foden. They are our natural central midfielders. Zinchenko can play in the attacking role in midfield. He can also sit deeper as well. It's an option. Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez can all sit in the middle too. But these are players that their first natural position isn't central midfielders. And I was saying yesterday, an injury to Rodri, an injury to De Bruyne, and all of a sudden we're looking short, just like these defensive problems that we've had with Laporte picking up an injury to an important player. It's good to have a good big squad there to be able to rotate and back players up should they pick up any lengthy injuries, and so it would make sense with David Silva leaving to bring in a central midfielder that can predominantly cover all of the areas of central midfield, not just in attack. Phil Foden will take that up naturally, but we're looking for a player that can play in defensive midfield, can play the deeper role and the more advanced role too. So we're looking for a player on a good deal. Someone like Aouar would cover that. I'm not sure if Bennacer can do that, but there we go. That's the update that we've got. So instead, we're going to move on. We've got an update on Ben Chilwell. Sky Sports are reporting yesterday Leicester City will not sell him this summer. They will not accept a bid of £50 million for him. Now, it's been reported that Chelsea are willing to pay as high as £80 million. So I find that Leicester probably purposefully done putting out a bid of a number there with £50 million, suggesting that they're looking for more than £50 million. So we're looking at somewhere between £50 and £80 million. I'm not convinced that Leicester will not sell Ben Chilwell this summer should the right offer come in for him. The fact that Chelsea are willing to pay a lot of money suggests doubt in my mind that City might bring in Ben Chilwell. Now, should Chelsea withdraw themselves and find a cheaper alternative, City could pursue that. I reckon we're talking 50, 60 million pounds, no more. Whether Leicester would accept that is another matter. We know Leicester drive a hard bargain, and so it would be up to Ben Chilwell to then do what Riyad Mahrez did, which was force through the move to Manchester City, say he doesn't want to sign for anybody else but Manchester City. You are stopping me from doing that. I wish to leave. That's what City would be looking for. That's what it'd take to sign Ben Chilwell. Will that happen? I sense another Harry Maguire moment where someone else willing to pay more money, they'll end up going there and Leicester will accept that bid for him, but there we go. We'll move on to the outs because this is interesting as well. Gabriel Jesus, he's back in the headlines. Been reported by Sport Mediaset in Italy, who I've never heard of, so probably not reliable, coming out with an outrageous claim that Inter Milan, should they sell Lautaro Martinez this summer, want to sign Gabriel Jesus. Mark my words, okay? Come back to this video if you want. I'm that confident. Gabriel Jesus will be going absolutely nowhere this summer. He'll be staying at Manchester City. However, a player that I'm not convinced will be at Manchester City after this summer is Leroy Sane, and I've got an update on him. It's my weekly Leroy Sane update. Bayern are not budging on €40 million. They sent out the message: accept €40 million for Leroy Sane, or we will try to sign him in January by offering him a pre-contract agreement, which means that what they're saying is take it or leave it, €40 million, or we're signing him for free. Okay? Two things go in City's favour here for that possibly not being held to ransom by Bayern Munich. Number one is Leroy Sane signing a new contract at Manchester City. Has said himself that he's thankful for all of the club's efforts during his injury, and he's forever grateful for that. Sign a new contract, Leroy Sane. I would love to do that video. I said that yesterday on my live stream. Nothing would please me more. A Leroy Sane new contract. That would delight me so much. But it's looking ever more unlikely that that will happen. That's more wishful thinking on my behalf. Or competition. Leroy Sane, if Man City make him available for transfer, can offer him to anybody in the world. And I'd be very surprised if there's nobody, in particular in Europe, that for a good deal for Leroy Sane, 60, 70 million pounds, wouldn't take up that offer. Bayern Munich aren't willing to go that high. Another club might do, though. And I'm surprised Premier League teams who have got some money aren't being extremely interested in bringing in Leroy Sane. Honestly, then we're in a predicament. Do we sell him to a rival for more money, or do we settle for less and sell him to Bayern Munich on the out chance that we may only meet them every now and then in Europe, pending that CAS ruling, of course. So yeah, that's a situation that we've got with Leroy Sane. Now, moving on, this is again very interesting from yesterday's team selection. I'm not fabricating, just putting a suggestion out there. I find it really interesting. Claudio Bravo wasn't in the squad for the game against Arsenal yesterday. Scott Carson was preferred. Man City have said that struggling with fitness is the reason Claudio Bravo wasn't on the bench. Okay, that's fair enough. I find it interesting that Joao Cancelo wasn't in the squad either. Reading between the lines here, Claudio Bravo has not signed, as of yet, a new contract at Manchester City to extend his stay past June the 30th of this year, which means on July 1st he will be a free agent and he will not be playing for Manchester City. I have not had word that that has been extended until the end of the season for him to be playing for the rest of the Premier League, FA Cup if we progress, and of course the Champions League too. And that's why Scott Carson may well have been preferred. Scott Carson is on loan at Manchester City. I don't know if that has been extended either. If not, I'm not too sure if Muric needs registering or not. If he doesn't, then he can be used as City's second choice goalkeeper should Claudio Bravo's contract expire on June 30th, and also the loan deal of Scott Carson as well. I'm not too sure if his contract's been extended for Carson. If he has, then he'll be a Manchester City player until the end of the season. That includes the Champions League too. I find this really, really interesting. I'm not sure what Claudio Bravo's got in the pipelines or not, but that's interesting. Joao Cancelo not being in the squad as well. Of course, his future being cast into doubt over the last few weeks in these transfer updates too. Reading between the lines here, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Like I said, it could be fabrications and stuff like that, so I'm just trying to level up what's happening here. Not many people are asking the questions, but I've got my reservations, shall we say. So move on to the contract news now. Better news, The Standard have reported David Silva has signed a short-term contract extension at Manchester City, which will see him stay at Manchester City until the end of the season, so he can play in every single Premier League game, including that game that he played yesterday against Arsenal. He'll be playing past June 30th, which is when his contract was initially meant to expire, and he'll be staying on until after the Champions League. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have David Silva lifting the Champions League trophy. What a way for him to leave Manchester City. But yeah, find it interesting. David Silva, he's getting linked still, heavily linked with a move to Qatar once his contract has expired. In terms of Claudio Bravo, he's been linked with moves to Barcelona and Celtic. I'm keeping an eye on what's happening there. But interesting, so I'd like to know your thoughts of this in the comments below. So there we go, that's been the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed the video. I imagine I'll be back at some point in the next couple of days, more than likely with another transfer update before I then schedule that live event for the live stream, so stay tuned for that, for the match against Burnley. Really enjoyed interacting with everyone yesterday, and I'm looking forward to doing it again, and hopefully have them audio problems sorted out going into the stream on Monday. But make sure, if you're enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Like I said, aim at 7k subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, and hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again for the next video. So, I've been JSGC. We picked up 3 points yesterday. We've got lots of transfer news coming up. It's roasting, shall we say, in the UK at the moment in time with this very clammy weather system that we've got at the moment. So yeah, there we go. So I'll see you all again for the next video. Hope everyone is doing brilliant at this moment in time. I hope everyone's staying safe and well too. I'll see you all again for the next video. Peace. Ciao for now.